movie sometimes as a mainstream movie. So parang I'm in that point in my career where sinistretch ko sarili ko bilang artista na I can, maybe that's why I have a lot of work kasi nga I'm easily casted for things. Kasi hindi rin ako maarte. For me, parang, like I said, parang I pride myself in, parang they give me a project like this and then it's not exactly, diba, on paper, it's not exactly, diba, the title role tulad niya sinabi. But parang parang I pride myself nga in this kasi I'm able to elevate it. And I do believe if I work hard, if I prepare for it, if things come together where the director likes what I'm giving, and then it usually flies. Parang it usually works out.
How do you find balance? What's a day like for you given na?
Me?
And how do you find time for love, for other things in life?
I've come to realize na parang I just stay very truthful to my process. So like for me, every single day I read my scripts. Every single day, if I'm not in a project or if I'm not doing a project, I'm constantly reading scripts kasi I know one day madadatnan ko tong role na to. And if I do read it, if I try to perform it, if I experience it one time, when they offer me something like this, it's gonna be better. It's gonna be more refined. Hindi na raw. Diba? Kasi like, parang, in an actor's career, you start out raw, like emotions, diba? Parang raw emotions, parang hindi ma-acting. And then you go through your career, and then you're constantly looking for ways to refine it. Constantly looking for ways to be better and grow, diba? So, for me, parang, one thing na hindi ko tinatalikuran yung proseso ko. And at the same time, I have theater in school to thank for that. Like, I can, diba parang, I only see things this way because of theater in school. And then at the same time, people in the set, they appreciate it. Kasi nga parang, especially the writers, kasi I'm really attached to the script for the whole of the thing. Like I said, like Secretary Kim, the script of this thing, up until my last day, I was still doing repetitions and still reading the script. So, nahanapan ko pa rin. Alam mo yun, I'm constantly looking for things for it.
Kailangan mo si Natalie.
Yeah.
Paano yung love life? Paano mo doon mabalance?
Love life. Alam mo, honestly, now...
Hindi ka naman magaling ganyan, di ba?
I think I'm better now. Parang honestly, I think I'm better at it now. And only because it's a bit more private. Like kami naman, we're not keeping it secret. Pero parang now, it's a lot easier when it's private. Parang, there's no pressure posting things. There's no pressure and a lot of things. But parang, and plus, it feels more personal kasi, the things I share with Chi, diba, I just share it with her. I don't share it with the whole world anymore. Yeah, certainly I'll take the opportunity to thank all my relationships in the past because it's put me in this position na I'm just logical and rational. Then at the same time, parang less dramatic about things kasi I don't drink anymore. Yeah, so.
Oh. We respect na your
3 years.
Oh, wow.
Gano'n ka 3 years?
3 years.
Bakit?
Bakit nagbago?
Me? You get shot at by the cops.
Bakit ka daw
You get shot at
Oh
by
my
the
God.
cops.
So
They're calling you things
Oh
without
my
having to
God.
know the story. You change things. At the same time, for me, kasi like, I'm 36, so like for me, I also pride myself in being a man. So like, you can't get caught in those type of problems anymore. I mean, hindi mo naman maiiwasan eh. Like a night like that, yung biglaan na nagkitna ka sa ganun, hindi mo maiiwasan.
Pero turning point yun?
For me, yeah.
3 years
certainly.
ago ba yun?
When you almost die, you're gonna start to like, you're gonna start to look at life differently.
3 years ago ba yun, Jay?
Nakalimutan na
years
daw,
ago yun.
Jay.
No, but I've quit alcohol for 3 years. Yeah, so I think that was 2 years ago. Pero I've been out of alcohol for 3 years.
Mahirap ba, Jay, to quit?
It's the hardest thing I ever had to do. Like, I'll be honest with you, to stop drinking, to say no, especially like to your bosses or like people in the industry kasi nga they knew me a certain way. It was hard. It was definitely one of the hardest things I ever had to do, but it was the best decisions of my life.
Kahit mga tipong mga light.
No, it doesn't start. For me, it's like I can't.
Dapat i-train mo yung isang
Gaano katagal yung months na parang transition na talaga totally stop?
Total stop. I went cold turkey.
Ano sabi mo, Ro?
Cold turkey?
Yeah,
Ano
cold
ba
turkey.
pwede mong ma-advise?
Ano sabi mo
For
dyan?
me, to advise about it, I would say na you have to be very decided and you have to cut ties. You have to cut, like as difficult as it is, but you have to cut people in your life, especially like people na, you have a bond of drinking with or
So
ganyan.
may kinat ka talaga.
I cut a lot of people out of my life. No, I had to, to make solid changes, to make real changes and solid changes, and like to work a schedule like I do mine, you don't really have a lot of time for other things aside from work. And if I do have time, of course, I want to spend it with my loved ones, family, and my loved ones.
We respect your privacy, no? Pero can you share with us what a steady relationship feels like?
Wow, really good. Like, I'll be very honest. I mean, I'm not putting any labels on ours yet, of
Okay.
course, like parang, but I would say na parang, this is the happiest I've been in a very long time. And like, I want to keep it that way. And like I said, parang for me kasi, before, parang, for me, parang, siguro sanay ako na ako yung inaalagaan in a lot of those relationships. But for the first time in my life na parang, I don't really need someone to take care of me. Let me be the one to take care of you. Parang gano'n. Does that make sense?
Ikaw nag-aalaga kay China yan.
For me, parang, yeah, I would say I'm doing my best to do it. Of course, like I'm doing my best to do it, but at the same time, parang, I'm just doing my best to be a man at this point. Parang, I'm trying, like I said, parang for me, I don't shy away with my age and responsibilities. I take full accountability for my life and my mistakes. And at the same time, parang, in a way, whatever me and she have, parang, this is the most rational, most logical I've been. So kahit may problema or like there's any sort of drama, I know I can overcome it or alam ko maayos namin. And at the same time, parang nandun na ako sa posisyon na, yeah, like okay na ako na, alam mo yan, I'm happy being a man and taking care of the people that I love. Parang I really pride myself in that.
Jake, advice ko yan ni Pao, yung maging keep it private.
Not really. I think I came to that decision on my own. It's something na I came up with on my own, and at the same time, parang, yeah, it's just learning from the mistakes that you've done in the past. But I'll always be thankful to all my relationships in the past because lahat ng relationship na yun taught me something. It's put me in the position I am today.
Is marriage something you believe in or see yourself in?
Yeah, but I'm not rushing to it. And at the same time, parang, I have a number in my head, but also that I want to keep private.
40, di ba?
Surprise.
Hindi pa
Yeah.
40.
For me, parang ang hirap when you put a distinct number to it, may pressure. So like for me, parang I just want to enjoy, and at the same time, want to take care of the people that I love. And when the time is right, the time is right.
Anong bakit sobrang kang happy kay Chi? Anong mga ginagawa niya to make you happy?
She's amazing. Like, let's just put it that way. Like, just put it, like, for me, parang not to elaborate too much, but she's a very amazing person, sobrang bait. And like what I said before, what I love, I mean, one thing that I really really like about her, or like, really admire about her, is her journey. Sobrang pasensya niya. So, it's not something that she says to me, but she definitely teaches me patience. And patience is the hardest lesson to learn in this life. Diba? So, she's very patient. So, parang nangyayari, parang natututunan ko rin yun sa kanya by her example.
Jake, kanina nung wala ka pa, na pag-usapan namin, ni Neil, wala pa kayang anak si Jake na hindi niya alam.
Wala pa. I can guarantee you 110%. Yeah. I can guarantee 110% wala pa akong anak.
Hindi ba minsan kung kailan matanda na yung baby, saka mag-show up, magkapakilala?
Man, sa panahon ngayon na may social media, I think if there's someone out there who has her, you can always DM that person and say, "Hoy, responsibilidad mo to, o pahargo mo to." And if I did have a son, I'd like for the woman to come out and say, kasi if I had the son, hindi ko pababayaan yun out there without any of my support or help. Nah, like, yung maganda naman sa, what's nice about life now, what's nice about being in this position or itong estadong ito, nakakatulong ka na sa kapwa mo. So, if I ever had a responsibility like that, I will never turn my back on that person. I mean, I will have that kid as my own and take care of that. At least cargo ko yun.
Jake,
Pero
Jake,
yeah, so if there's a kid out there, just go and say it. So it's not a big deal. Plus, like in my age, like, diba, like, I wouldn't mind the surprise like that. It's not something I'd shy away from.
Ano mga ibang projects mo sa amin?
Well, we're in season 4 now of Jack and Jill. Diba? We're in season 4 of Jack and Jill. But I'm also doing a movie with Baron Geisler right now. So,
under what year?
same directors ng, it's the same directors of Ironheart. Same directors of Ironheart, and then it's for Netflix. So,
Lester.
Sino nag-produce?
Action.
Sino nag-produce?
may mga director ko ng Ironheart. Si
Lester.
Lester Pimentel and
Sila din
yung
ang
Singaporean namin
mga
director si Direct Ace.
okay.
So for me, like I love them. Like ako talaga, like I think they're the best action directors in the country. So they offer me something, and then at the same time pa, me and Baron, we're also producing a movie. Aside from that, meron din kami pinuproduce na pelikula together. So you know, this year might see me and Baron in 2 movies. But hopefully, but if
produce mo ng movie with Baron din?
Yeah.
I mean, no. Si Baron din ang co-producer mo?
well, ano kami, tatlo kami producing it. So, yeah. And then, kami ni Baron and then our director din, taga Cebu. Medyo Cebu based yung director namin. So, but for now, we're doing this action movie for
Anong
Netflix.
title niya?
This one's called Santo Miro, yung sa amin ni Baron. Santo Miro, you'll find out when you watch the movie kung bakit ganun yung title. But yeah, it's a big action movie. It's a big action movie, and then what's interesting about it is hindi mo alam kung sino yung masama sa amin dalawa. Diba?
So, Jake, what happened to your dream of, or your plan of studying abroad, staying there muna, parang gano'n, di ba?
Studying abroad,
For filmmaking.
daming trabaho eh. Like there's a lot of projects right now. I think if I study anything, I'll probably study locally for now. And then at the same time, tuloy pa rin naman pag-aaral ko as a director and a writer. So that's top priority. Pero kasi I'm not rushing that kasi wala naman edad yun eh. Right now, parang I feel like I'd like to strike while the iron is hot kasi ang gaganda ng mga project na dumadating sa akin at the moment. So for me, it would be foolish of me not to prioritize acting right now.
Ano yung isa mo with Baron?
Actually, we're doing an action film, di ba, now, and
Santo
then
Miro. Ano ba yung isa?
the other one we're doing a BL naman.
Kayo ni Baron?
Yeah.
Kayo ni Baron?
So that's why I said, kaya ko sinabi kanina na parang it's to do all these things all together and then bam, that's what we did.
Okay, pero yung Santo Miro ang pinoproduce nyo.
Yung BL yung pinoproduce namin. Medyo mas mali-produce yung Santo Miro kasi action film po siya.
O isang nag-action kayo at isang kayo?
Love story,
Nag-action din.
Wala broke back.
Wow! Bakit?
Jake, kasi nga, medyo na-surprise kami na you're, in a way, collaborating with Baron now, no?
Co-producing.
So, co-producing pa. And then, prior to that, na-mention mo nga na nag-stop ka na for drinking. So, in a way ba, paano yun? Kasi si Baron naman, very open naman siya na he's into that. Ay, medyo, nahihirapan siya somehow.
You know, if you
Paano ka papasok sa eksena doon?
Well, of course, like, meron akong non-negotiables, diba? Of course, like, for me, no alcohol on set, diba? Like, that stuff. But I don't have to tell Baron that right now. Kasi si Baron yan, if you watch his social media, this is the movie that he's training for. Kaya siya nasa gym every day. Kaya niya rin, he's getting ready for this film. And for me, parang, at this point, with all the training he did, and all the lifting he did, ang dami na niyang he put in so much work already. So ako, I have trust in him. We're gonna get these 2 movies over the line, and it's gonna be a big year for Baron.
Hindi ka niya tinatanong.
With drinking, yeah, we talk about it all the time. We talk about it all the time. Saka meron kaming actually meron kaming Stars on Stars, I think, on the 26th, parang may actors on actors kami ni Baron. So if you guys wanna hear more about that, we're gonna do a podcast.
About that particular subject.
I think about being in the industry for so long, and then obviously that. But sabi ko rin naman parang our intention for that interview is to inspire people. So if you can talk about that, if you can talk about acting and stuff like that, that's what we're gonna do.
Pero what made you, parang wanna work more with Baron?
With Baron, for me,
Dalawa.
at this point in my career, I want to collaborate with everyone. That's why you see me working with Richard, you see me working with Arjo, you see me working with Paolo, you see me working with Baron. Because I've come to realize that if you work with the best bring out the best in you. So at the same time also for, di ba parang, when are we gonna do these collaborations? When we're 50? Like, now is the time. Now, I tell like everyone that I'm working with, now is the time to do these collaborations while the limelight's on us, while people still care about us, while people still love us. So, sabi ko, it's time to show these things now. Kasi what the last thing you want to do is start assembling a group of actors and then we're like 55. I mean, you can do it. Of course, like, do it by all means. Pero parang, I feel like parang now is the time.
Pero
So, like,
saan galing yung idea na magsama kayo? Saan ba kayo nagkasama lately?
I think, me and Baron, nag-Ironheart din siya sandali. So,
May
nag-usap
nakapag-usapan.
kami sandali sa Iron. Pero yung casting nung Santo Miro, director na si Direk Lester na yun.